Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShabbat, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. To light the candles tonight. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
I'm Jason.
Jason, come on up. Wonderful. And you'll also hold the kiddush. You can bring your siddur with you. And we'll all sing, so you don't have to be put on the spot. I don't know your level of, comfort.
Yeah, I can do the candles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Oh, you can put the book down, and you can. Page 120, everybody. Thank you, Jason. People are usually reluctant to volunteer. Perfect, perfect. So you can light them first, and then we'll say the blessing. He knows it. He knows it. Would you hold the Kiddush cup for us? Yeah, thank you, and you're welcome to sing along if you like. Page 123, everyone. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hakafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'masei Bereshit ki hu yom tehillah le'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tzilat Mitzrayim kivanu la'ata v'yotanu kidashta mikol atanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. If you're comfortable taking a sip, you're welcome to. Thank you. Yashikon. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. No, that's just how we do it. We drink it. We do the bread at the end. No, you can just leave it there. It's okay. It's okay. Someone will. Oh, bring it. Yeah. Let's turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi. We're going to be doing that Hadar Risings Niguns, Lincoln's Nigun, which would be verses 8 and 9. Page 138 again, 138, 139. When we get to the 9th verse, Boi v'shalom, we face the doorway and we bow to the Shabbat bride, the Shabbat queen. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la. Please rise. Boi v'shalom, al teret mala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzora, tokemunei al tzikula. Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat, Nekam Elav. We remain standing for the Baruch Hu. Okay. A reading on page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Baruch Shenkevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shenkevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta, you may be seated on page 154. 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol miyotecha ve'ayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher Anochi mitzavlecha hayom al levavecha v'shinata levanecha v'dibarta v'shivtecha v'betecha v'lektecha v'derech v'shokbecha v'bekomecha וקשרתם לאות הידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבת המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו עשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Let's turn to page 158 from Micha Mocha. For a little bit of silent meditation, the tefillah, which is on pages 164 through 170. We will rise for the Amidah, the standing prayer. You're welcome to use the prayers of your hearts or the ones written in our Sidorim. I know when you are finished, when you have found your seat. We turn to page 180 and we think about the world tonight. As we sing a song of peace. Oh, say shalom, shalom, b'broma. Uya, say shalom, hallelujah. Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ye'imru, Amen. Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom, b'broma. Oh, yeah, say shalom, hallelujah. Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ye'imru, Amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, Amen. We wish for peace. Well, I think we'll do the Mishaberach prayer first, and then we'll call up Einav. Sounds like a plan? All right. We're thinking of those that are in need of healing this evening. I do have a list. We're thinking of Dan Abels, Andrea Adler, Neil Agnetta, John Binder, or Binder, Alan Karen Cooper, excuse me, Joe Dinky, Lil Duquette, Gloria Fine, Sue Frank, Barbara Freda, Marianne Friedman, Carolyn and Ernie Grosser, Dejan Hammond, Hillary Kerman, Maya Ruth Corin Matlock, Jim Kiles, Miles Levy, Jenna Metzer, Aaron Nevler, Judy Auswitz, Shannon Perry, Marty Relabate, Dwight Reed, Cheryl Rossi, Beverly Rovner, David Rovner, Brandon Ryan, Diane Wabnick, Chetier, Gail Willig Smith, Gary Spiesman, Einav Simons, Rex Tarman, Eleanor Vasilevsky, Mike Wheeler, Matt Willard, Gail Zaretsky, Ariel Leah Bat Chava, Yosef ben Zissel, Shmuel ben Miriam, Hinda Sara bat Rochel, Shoshana bat Liba, Hanan Ezra ben Shuel, Hannah Leah bat Avraham and Sarah, Vasara, Liba bat Rachel, Shoshana bat Liba. Anita Klinger, Jill Klinger, and Lisa Klinger Cantor. And you're welcome to mention the names of those that you're thinking of right now.
Max Cannon, Dean Grocer.
Marshall Friedman, and all of the Israeli men and women soldiers.
Brad Weinstein, Larry Weinstein.
Mary Jo McKee and Faith Plummer.
371. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Miss Zainab, welcome, welcome. Shall we tell a little bit about your journey that you're on? Maybe you can start off with that.
Okay.
A little bit of your journey and
Which journey? There's so many these days.
the journey of why we're kind of, the
Why
rabbi
Rabbi
thought
asked
of
me?
you, oh my heavens, you might want to move that. That was for Adam or Ben, I don't remember. Ben Lucan, yeah, he's a little bit shorter. There he, and he's going to be as tall as his brother. We saw his brother. His brother, how tall? He was like 6'4" or something, and he was Ben's size too when he was his bar mitzvah.
What, actually stand on this? That's okay.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, stand on it. It's meant for. There you go, a little elevation. You feel
Gonna-
good? You want me to
No.
push it in? We want you to be comfortable. There you go.
I can't push it in. Oh. Thank you. Okay, that's better. Okay, my journey. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I decided to inquire into what it would take to pursue rabbinic ordination. And I found the Rabbinic Academy, which basically looks at all your education, everything that you've taught in the last 30 years, your transcripts, and then they decide what courses you need to take. And they assign these courses, and you take them, and if you pass them, you get to be an ordained rabbi. So, thank God, I worked hard. It wasn't easy. Thank you. And I passed the courses. And then I was concerned that, well, you guys heard my name mentioned in the Mesheberach. So I have breast cancer. I wasn't sure if I'll be able to make it to the ordination. But doctor said that I can postpone the next treatment and go down and get ordained. So I'm looking forward to June 5th. Yeah. Nobody has to call me rabbi. But I'm looking forward to doing this. And one of the things that I think I'd like to do, might not be giving Dvar Torahs, but is working with cancer patients. So we'll see where that, part of the journey takes me. So, all right. Thank you.
This is what we do here.
All right. Oh, thank you. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Today we delve into Parashat Bahel, a portion rich with profound lessons and divine commandments. Parashat Bahal, found in Leviticus, Vayikra, provides a framework for living in harmony with our land, with our neighbors, and most importantly, with God. Central to Parashat Bahal is the concept of freedom. Freedom for the land, freedom for the people, and freedom through faith. Bahal introduces the sabbatical year, Shnat Shemitah, and the Jubilee year, Shnat Yovel. Every 7th year, the land must rest. It's a sabbatical year. The people are commanded to cease any agricultural work, allowing the land to rejuvenate. After 7 cycles of the sabbatical year, the 50th year is the Jubilee year, a time of emancipation and restoration. The sabbatical year teaches us that the land itself is entitled to freedom. This mandated rest is a recognition that the earth does not belong to us. It belongs to God. Our role is that of stewards, not owners. By allowing the land to rest, we acknowledge God's ultimate sovereignty and express our gratitude for God's creation. This act of letting the land lie fallow is an exercise in humility and faith and trusting in God's provisions. The Jubilee year brings an even more profound message of freedom. During Shnat Yovel, all debts are forgiven and slaves are set free. This radical economic and social reset ensures that poverty and servitude do not become permanent states for anyone. It reinforces the principle that no one should be perpetually oppressed or indebted. The Jubilee is a divine proclamation of liberty throughout the land for all its inhabitants. For a moment, imagine the impact of such a year. Families separated by debt or slavery are reunited. Ancestral lands sold out of necessity are returned, restoring not only property, but also dignity and hope. The Jubilee reminds us that everyone deserves a second chance, an opportunity to start afresh, unburdened by the past. One may claim our freedom is the fact that we are servants or even slaves of God. Excuse me. Oh, okay. The closer our connection and bond with God, the closer we are true to freedom. This may sound paradoxical, but if we become total slaves to God, utterly submitting ourselves to God's will in every detail of our lives, then we will be utterly free. Let me share with you this story. During World War II, tens of thousands of Jews were herded by the Nazis into the Kovno ghetto in Lithuania. The Jews were treated like slaves, and worse. They were beaten, tortured, murdered, and yet at the same time, some aspects of Jewish life went on. Morning prayers were held at the ghetto synagogues. One morning, a man who was leading the prayers came to the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo asani eved, who has not made me a slave. It's recited in the morning prayers. The man cried in anguish, how can I say this prayer? We are slaves. His words gripped the hearts of the other worshippers. When we are literally slaves to the Germans, how indeed can we thank God for not making us slaves? The question was addressed to the rabbi in the ghetto, as his answer was, we should say the prayer because spiritually, the Jew is always free. Our physical bodies may be enslaved, but not our souls. Nothing can enslave the soul, the essence of the Jew. Today marks day 231 for our 128th of the hostages. We pray that those who have been kidnapped, wounded, and otherwise affected by atrocity of Hamas will have the spiritual fortitude to endure the suffering and return home safely very soon. In our contemporary world, the principles of Bahal still resonate. We may not observe the sabbatical or jubilee years in its original form, but underlying values are timeless. The concept of rest, for instance, is vital in an era of constant connectivity and perpetual busyness. I hope all of you read Rabbi Alex's Dvar Torah that he sent from Panama, where he was discussing that exact concept of rest. We need to carve out time for rest and rejuvenation, trusting that it will not hinder our productivity, but enhance our well-being. Needless to say, when I read this to my daughter, she's like, yeah, right, Mom. You're the last one to say that. But sometimes you could be good at giving advice. Economic and social inequalities persist, often leading us to a cycle of poverty that is difficult to escape. Parashat Bahar challenges us to think about how we can create systems that allow for liberation and restoration. How can we support those burdened by debt? How can we offer second chances to those who have been marginalized? How can we help Israel and the hostages? In our Torah portion, there is a verse that calls us to help others. "V'kiyemuch achicha u'matei yado imcha v'hechzakta bo, ger v'toshav chai imcha." And if your brother shall become poor, and his means fail with you, you shall uphold him. As a stranger and as a settler, he shall live with you. Rabbi Moshe ben Chaim el-Shik, now this goes back to the 16th century Turkey, a student of Joseph Caro, commented on this verse. And he says, well, this Torah portion is actually the one that is not in its plural form, while all the other ones are. And if your brother shall become poor, you shall uphold him. Unfortunately, that doesn't help you much because in English, the word you is the same whether it's plural or singular. But take my word that the word that appears in the Torah is ata in its singular form, as well as the conjugating of the verb that follows it. Vehechzakta. The reason it is in the singular form is because many times when a person needs help, the people around who are able to help may think, well, there are others who can help this person. I don't need to worry about it. Someone else will help. Therefore, the Torah is telling us explicitly, everyone personally needs to help a person, as if he or she were the only ones capable of doing so. In the current situation in Israel, this sentiment expressed above resonates very deeply with me and hopefully with you. We believe that every Jew should be personally concerned and take action to help our brothers and sisters who are being held captive by terrorists. So, when you walked in, you received a flyer. It's a handout. It's called 5 Minutes Today, Fighting Anti-Semitism and Supporting Israel. And if you read it, there's a link there which provides opportunities how each and every one of you can do something. Sometimes it's adding a signature, sometimes it tells you to send a letter, but once you go on this listserv, you will get regular opportunities to do something. Parashat Bahar calls us, in conclusion, to embrace a holistic understanding of freedom. Freedom for the land, freedom for the people, and freedom through faith. It teaches us that true liberation is not just about personal autonomy, but about communal well-being, as well as spiritual trust in God. So as we reflect on these ancient commandments, let us be inspired to apply their wisdom in our own lives. Let us work towards a society where rest is valued, where second chances are possible, and where faith in God's provisions underpins our actions. May we all strive to live and especially act in the spirit of Bahar. Shabbat Shalom. So what am I? I'm the religious school director.
By the way, Enav is our religious school director here, the, what is it, the CRS? Community Religious Schools, CRS, which is 3 synagogues in the area of grouped together, and we've combined our Hebrew school, our religious school.
And we have some of our teachers here. You want to raise your hand if you're one of them? There we go. Our amazing teachers.
thank you very much. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Enough. Naomi, would you like to come and open the ark doors? Let's all rise and turn to page 586 for the Elenu.
עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא עשנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם תפקידו כהן וגוברנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ובשתחווים ובדים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד
Thank you. You may be seated. I think. So let's turn to page 598 and just hold your finger on that page so we're ready. We're going to announce, actually there's something that's not on here, a funeral I just did, I think it was just yesterday. Dr. Bob, Dr. Harold Bob, members from decades ago. In fact, I think their parents, Dr. Bob's parents, is in the Temple Sinai lights, you know, the Yortzeit plaques. I was told it. So they go back to, they were founding members of Temple Sinai when it was not even in its building, but going back generations. And he lived in Baltimore for at least the last 10 years, and then Florida before that. So you'd have to be part of Temple Sinai for a really long time to have known this family. So we're thinking of who are observing the 30 days, Shaloshim, Judith Brody, Gersh Breutman, James Bukowski, Rose Haber, Renee Joffe, Eleanor Morley, and Lou Weiner. Yortzeits, which is the anniversary of the death. We're thinking of Jacob Baker, Maurice Baker, Albert Bookbinder, Mary Cantor, Mary Capone, Samuel Cohen, Belle DeBruin, Haya Farhi, Susan R. Feller, Eleanor Frank, David Gabin, Ruben Gabrielle, Barbara Goldstein, Anna Gross, Helene Levine Horowitz, Frank Kranitz, Mary Kranitz, Albert Kroll, Samuel Levine, Barry Lipsitz, Rachel Littenberg, Gary Melamed, Hilda Miller, Francis Neiman, Mary Ostroff, Pearl Backel, Betty Reisman, Percy Roth, Sam Siegel, Meyer Sirota, Philip Shapiro, Beatrice Stein, Sophie Traeger, and Marjorie Brutman Zemet. And here I have deceased soldiers from World War II. This is Memorial Day weekend. First Lieutenant Lester Weiss, Second Lieutenant Albert S. Greenberg, Private Joseph Prizer, and Private Henry Freund. I'm going to go around the room. We can mention the names of someone who we're thinking of now, whether it be your side or a recent death. Or the beloved. Yes.
Karen Rosenthal.
Alan Greenberg, my cousin's husband, passed this week.
Sorry.
Margie Mink, passed away this morning. So all the Israeli soldiers have passed away these past few months.
My maternal cousin, Dr. Dr. Joseph F. Barker, of Albuquerque, New Mexico, he was 88.
June license, who passed away last Sunday.
Lester Frank, For those whose custom it is to rise, please do. And we're back to 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, v'yama yivrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayecho v'yomecho, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'olam u'lamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalel v'yithalal shmei d'kudusha b'richu. Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiram v'yalma v'imru Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav. Yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, kol Yoshvei Tevel. V'imru, Amen. You may be seated. If we have announcements? Yep. Oh,
Just because Bruce isn't here, they don't stop. Shabbat Shalom. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Erev Shabbat service. Thank you to our service greeter tonight, Amy O'Donnell. We appreciate your help. We'd like to thank Cantor Frank and Einav Simons for a lovely service in honor of Shabbat. We hope that Alex and the Panama trip participants are having a safe and wonderful trip and get home soon. There's Torah study at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Temple Bet Tzedek, and via their Zoom. Shabbat morning service and Kiddush luncheon is also at Bet Tzedek, 10:45 a.m. Rabbi Alex does a class every other week before services start, Intro to Shir Shalom Friday night services. It will resume when he returns from the Panama trip next Friday, the 31st. All this month, the Tikkun Olam team is collecting for the SPCA. If you've made a donation already this month, thank you. If you haven't, there's still time. Collection bins are in the main entrance. Pickleball is done for the season. sadness. It will return in the fall. Thank you again to Todd Sugarman for sponsoring our pickleball courts. Thank you to everyone who volunteered or purchased Chevettas on Wednesday. It'll be back on Tuesday, June 4th, 4 to 7 p.m., but we typically sell out by 5:30. So go on the website and order. You pre-order, you save $1. Join us on Wednesday, June 5th at 6:30 for Israeli dancing practice with Dorothy Lewis and Linda Bergman. We're getting ready for the Jews of all hues, Israel, on Friday, June 7th. Wear comfortable clothing and shoes. There is going to be a weekly walk for the hostages on Sundays in honor of Bring Them Home Now. The flyer will be on our high top table in the foyer. Save the date. Our last Jews of all hues will be on Friday, June 7th at 7 and will feature Israel. The service will be co-led by Rabbi Alex and Cantor Frank with guest speaker Dr. Andy Simons and accompanist Ivan Dochenko. The Oneg Shabbat will feature Israeli dancing with Dorothy and Linda, Israeli foods catered by the Bloom and Rose, and an auction to benefit the families of the hostages. This event has been sponsored by Michael Berger, and we hope that you all join us. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Todd, Bruce, not me, Joanne. We're here for you. Please join us for our Oneg Shabbat ice cream bar. If you'd like to sponsor an Oneg for an occasion or no occasion at all, please contact Joanne. Shabbat Shalom, honor Memorial Day, and Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael Chai. We have a double whammy for tonight's closing hymn. We're going to end with Let There Be Love, and then we'll end with God Bless America, and we'll stand. So turn to page 161, and we're going to sing the first sentence in English on 161, and then we're going to, on 160, the page facing it, we're going to sing just a little bit of that Hebrew, or you can just stick with the English, and Linda will help everybody out, because it's kind of like a round, so you can just keep singing Let There Be Love, and then I can go into the Hebrew, but you'll feel it, and many of you know it. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'Shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. You can turn to page 680 for God Bless America, and if you'd like to stand. 680. Check to make sure it's the right page. It's good? You have better thumbs than I do, Dan. God bless America. Let our love stand like to do the motzi?